Just a great game, first of all, just great game. Credit to Murray State. I thought both teams just really battled, and thrilled, obviously, we came out on top. I thought our kids just showed a tremendous amount of toughness, grit, determination, just, refuse to lose mentality, and unbelievable. But we can't continue to play 47, 48 minutes with some of these kids. But great game across the board.
There's a few times in those two overtime periods where they jump ahead and kind of feels in doubt there for a second whether it was an untimely turnover that would follow or something along those lines. Just what is it about this group and a few of those players that were able to step up and make that happen?
I think just great toughness. Like I said, just a refuse to lose mentality. And, there were multiple times where, we could have been down and out. And I never really questioned whether or not we'd win the game. I felt like we'd win it, but there were certainly some times where, they made some crucial plays, and it would have been an opportunity for us to hang our heads, and we didn't. Kids kept stepping up and making plays. You look at, we're down 3, I think. These plays kind of all run together. It was, at the end, but, we're down 3 in overtime, and Anai steps up and hits a huge 3. Paige hits a huge 3, close to the end of regulation, and then Sid's 3 to go up. Some of the defensive stops we had, KT and Jade inside, and obviously they had their hands full with Caitlin Young, who's a phenomenal player, but both ends of the floor, just some tremendous plays. Our kids just showed a ton of toughness. Obviously, we're pretty thin as far as our depth and the number of kids that we're playing, and just unbelievable effort, across the board. I think you can look at all of them, and they all really came up and stepped up and made huge plays at some point for us. That was the difference in the ball game.
I was just about to say, you named everybody that played minutes tonight, played major minutes tonight for you guys, and to see them all have those little moments, and there's a point early in the year where we didn't know if we'd see this team come together quite like this at the end of the year, but just to see them be clicking at this time on this winning streak and pulling off a win like that, just what's it say about them right now and where they're at this point of the year, and where you guys are going forward?
Yeah, just a huge credit to our kids, all 10 of them that are in the locker room. They've been unbelievable. We've been through a lot together. I think it's really a close-knit group. You look at a group that wasn't very familiar with each other when we first got together, back in the summer, and a group that has really just, I think really appreciates each other. They appreciate, they're just good teammates. They're great people, good teammates. They've sacrificed for each other, have continued just to work hard, and it's special to see them in these moments to step up and make those plays for each other, and just tremendously proud of them. I think they've been a great group to coach. They've been a lot of fun to coach. I'm just proud of the growth we've had over the course of the season, and it's not just the X's and O's, it's just all the little things. And I think you see those little things show up in a game like this when we could break and we didn't. And I think it's just a tremendous credit to those 10 kids in the locker room to stick together and find a way and just continue to battle for each other. And like I said, they all stepped up in different moments and had their opportunity. And just really, really proud of them. I know that they're all happy for each other.
You say the word fun in there. That's something that the girls said when they just talking about how it's been over these last few weeks when you guys have been rolling. Just what is when you see the fun, what is that right now in that group? It's been a fun group for years here, but starting to see it come along now where they're all smiling and laughing after these games.
Well, it's always fun to win. It's always fun to win. But I just think, that they've really become a close-knit group, and their personalities, they're also different from each other on and off the court. And, just the amount of time you end up spending together. It's a long season. You go on long road trips, where you're gone a Thursday through Sunday, and you're spending a ton of time together. But I think it's been fun to see their personalities come out on the court, off the court. I think that they've really bought into everything that we're doing, obviously, and have really sacrificed for each other. And, it's fun when you win. We've worked really, really hard, and to see them reap the benefits of that and to see it click really kind of as quickly as it has at this point. For a while there, we went through a lot of, some ups and downs and had to learn some tough lessons. But when you get to this point and you're able to persevere and win a game like this, and all those little things stand out, all those little things that you kind of preach all year that are difference makers come to fruition in a game like this. And so just tremendously proud of them. Our leadership has been tremendous with Sydney and Anaya, those guys leading the way, and just everybody else jumping on board and really doing their part to the best of their ability.
Coach, what's it been about this team for the last 8 games? I mean, you guys are on an 8-game winning streak right now.
I don't know, hard to say. It certainly hasn't been easy. I reminded them before the game ever started in the locker room that, just not to forget. It's hard to win. It's really hard to win, and it's really hard to be good. And just coming out with that mental focus and continuing to do the things we need to do to be successful. It's easy to look at the score from our previous game when we beat them at their place and to think that this is just going to be a walk in the park. But we all knew differently. We talked about not letting our guard down, and they're a really talented team. I think they were probably better than what they showed when we played them the first time. Caitlin Young's one of the best, obviously, in the conference, and they've had a number of kids step up for them, and we certainly knew that they were going to come out and have a chip on their shoulder and have something to prove. So by no means did I think we had our guard down. They just played a heck of a ball game, and our kids responded. Our kids really responded.
Coach, winning is fun, right? And especially when you win close games like these. What does it say, though, about the character of this team that you said earlier? You learned lessons, and now you are giving the lesson to the opponents. So kind of talk about the character of this team from those.
I think, when you talk about the character of our kids, we've got great kids, first and foremost. And, just really proud of the way that they've all sacrificed for each other, that they bought in it to be together. You look at, we had 23 assists tonight. I mean, we've got a very unselfish team, willing to share the ball. It's not about one person. It's about taking the opportunity when you have it and then stepping up and making plays. But, I can't say enough about them. I certainly appreciate that their effort and how focused and driven they've been to come in, and I'm just so happy that they've been able to reap the benefits of all their hard work. And we've preached from the very beginning, little things make a big difference. The little things are the things that counts. And you look at a game like this, it comes down to little things. And we ended up doing a couple more of the little things to give us the victory tonight, which certainly feels pretty good at this point.
And obviously, now you got Belmont coming in, right? It'll be game 2 of your 4-game homestand. What is it about this environment of this place that really kind of gives you guys the edge that you guys seem to thrive off of in those big pressure moments?
Well, love the atmosphere, playing here in Great Southern Bank Arena. And, we were certainly had some tough road games that we were coming off of and went and got some big wins on the road. But there's always a comfort and an excitement, I think, for all of us to be able to play here in front of a great crowd. And Sunday's game is next biggest game on the schedule. I think Belmont's won however many in a row since it started with us at their place. I don't know, it's 8 or 9 or however many. And, we lost to Belmont and we've won every game since. So, one of our streaks is going to come to an end. Both of our streaks started, I guess, kind of with each other. But we just have to regroup. We have to get some rest, get some treatment, take care of our bodies, and find a way to come out and win on Sunday. And we'll have to show a lot of toughness. Belmont's a really good team that's playing really, really well right now. They weren't picked first in the conference without a reason. So a very talented team, and they've been playing as well as anybody in the conference at this point. So obviously a huge game, and I know our kids are excited to have an opportunity to play them again.
With the extra minutes you guys had to play tonight, how's that changed what you do these next couple of days? Just try to get them ready and fresh as it can be for Sunday.
Yeah, regardless if we had played just a regular game tonight with our kids are playing a lot of minutes regardless, whether it's double overtime or just 38 minutes out of a 40-minute game. So really not a whole lot different. When we have a one-day turnaround, it's film, it's walkthrough, it's treatment, it's getting their bodies ready to play, because obviously it's a quick turnaround. We're playing kids a lot of minutes. More than anything, just trying to get them physically is ready to play in addition to mentally. But hopefully we can take the momentum from this game, the grit, the determination, and our kids will find a way. They'll find a way.
Jade, we keep asking you about her development, but I mean, it's like 9 straight games with 9 or more points, a career high today. Hitting some big shots there, gets another double-double. Just what is it right now that you're seeing in her just kind of starting to blossom into a player that's probably going to be a problem in this league for the next few years?
I think more than anything, just confidence. She's talented kid with a high IQ. She's probably one of the smartest kids I've ever coached, just as far as picking things up and understanding what we're trying to do. And it's hard for a freshman. It's really hard for a freshman. And for her to come in and make the kind of transition she has is a huge credit to her. And she's been great. I think more than anything, it's the confidence that she has in herself. I think for a while I had more confidence in her than she had in herself. And I told her, she's more than capable. And, really since maybe the second half of the Belmont game and after we lost at Valpo, she's just been on a tear. I think she's had a different mentality. She's had a different focus. She understands that we need her to not only be a great passer and a defender, but she can really score in this league. And I think that's one of the biggest things we've seen is her just have more of a dominant personality when she gets the ball in the paint.
In overtime, when Anaya has the ball down 3 and she has a hand in her face, what's going through your head when she throws up that deep 3? Or is that something that you're just like, this is who I want shooting this? Or is it just like,
You know what? I think Anaya's done a great job making good decisions all year. I trust her. The ball's in her hands a majority of the time. And this wasn't the first day that she made huge plays for us. She's made huge plays for us, all year long, especially as we've gotten into conference play. Has shot the ball really, really well. And you have to give her credit. She stays after and gets shots up and has really worked on it. And when she shot, I can usually tell when she shoots it. You can tell if it comes off right. And when she shot that, you could tell it was going in before it went in from my angle. But just clutch. That's a kid that just refused to lose tonight and just stepped up and made big plays. And again, just can't say enough about the leadership of her and Sydney with this team.
And Sydney's shot.
Huge, yeah.
Just that's the go-ahead that gives you guys the win. But just kind of hearing, talking back and forth between her and Anaya when they were sitting in here, just like you kept shooting and you got that moment where happy you shot it. Just what has it been about Sydney to where she has the comfort to throw up that big of a shot?
I wish Sid would shoot more, to be honest. I think sometimes, she's so unselfish. That there's opportunities. Sometimes I think she could be more aggressive, but she has a good feel for the game. She understands she doesn't have to be a high volume shooter. You look at her percentage across the board. She's a tremendous 3-point shooter, and that's why I say I wish she'd take more of them sometimes. But again, just like Anaya, she's hit dagger 3s for us all year. She's made huge plays for us down the stretch and in other games, and I think she finally got to the point tonight that she was. I don't think people understand. People have no idea what she goes through on a daily basis to put herself in a position to play. And, just to take care of her body and put herself in a position to play. And so I think she finally just got to the point. It was like, we need to finish this. Every time it went overtime, she just kept having that, here we go, another chunk of minutes. But I've got a ton of confidence in Sid, and obviously has hit dagger 3s all year for us, and this was no different. It just seems like, it's only fitting for her to hit that in that moment.